Good evening. My name is Rashad Mitchell, coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on the part series on the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. This is part 13 of this part series that I'm doing currently, and I've been doing the NBA teams. The first team that I did, if you are new to this part series, I started with the 1990 Portland Trailblazers. Now I'm on the 1998 Utah Jazz. And I think this team deserves to be on the list because of teams that I saw in my lifetime that should have won a championship and didn't do it. Um, Utah Jazz, man, they were a team that came off a loss to the Bulls in '97. They had the reigning MVP, Karl Malone, going into the '98 season, and Michael Jordan won his MVP in '98. This is about the Utah Jazz, a team that should have won the championship. First and foremost, they lost to the Bulls the second straight year in 6 games again. And this is a season that when they started the season without John Stockton. For the first 18 games, he was out due to a knee injury. And the Jazz got off to a 11-7 start. So Stockton, when he came back, the Utah Jazz won 31 of their final 36 games. So they after the All Star break, so they was like what 31-5 in the last 36 games. They were 31-5 in the last 36 games. So they was on a real hot streak, and they finished in first place, won the Midwest Division with a 62-20 record. Karl Malone averaged 27 points a game. Um, Jeff Hornacek, Stockton averaging double digits. Malone played in the All Star game. He was the only All Star participant. So in the playoffs, the Jazz actually trailed 2 games to 1 to the Houston Rockets. They was able to win the series in 5. Then they beat the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games. And then they swept the Lakers to advance to the NBA Finals. Now, this team had Antoine Carr on it. They had Chris Morris on the team. So the roster was bolstered up in terms of who they had. But I think Antoine Carr was on the team in '97, I believe. Antoine Carr. But anyway, moving forward, this team, the Utah Jazz, was just a team that just fell short. They had the ability to win it all, but they just fell short against Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Now, Utah had the home court advantage due to the fact that they beat the Bulls twice during the regular season. That gave them the advantage because, see, the thing about Chicago, they had a 62-20 record. Like the Utah Jazz, they had a 62-20 record. But the tiebreaker is what made the difference. And they was able to handle their business and beat the Bulls twice during the regular season. And they was able to host the NBA Finals. As a matter of fact, the Jazz were favored by many to beat the Bulls. They took game 1, but the Bulls won game 2 and jumped out to a 3-1 lead, including an embarrassing game 3 where Utah lost by 42 points, 96-54. Then the games were very close after that. Game 4, 86-82. Then game 5 was 83-81. And then on June 14th, 1998, it was 87-86 due to Michael Jordan's game-winning shot with 5.2 seconds left. I think he had like 45 in that game. Let me check. I think he had 45. So I think Pippen had like a bad back during that series, during that game 6. Jordan basically had no carry team because he was just on the guy that had to carry them. He had to carry the Bulls. So he had, I believe, 45 points. Yes, Jordan had 45 points. That's a shot that he made on Byron Russell. So that's basically it, man. That's it was the best times if you were a Utah Jazz fan. This is the best of times. The Utah Jazz have not been back to the finals since then, since '98, during the Karl Malone Stockton era, and it just ran into a Bulls team and Michael Jordan where they just couldn't get past him. Now, Karl Malone didn't play. Let me see. Look at the stats how he played in the series. The stats. Now, yes, Utah Jazz did win both regular season games against the Bulls. That's why they had the home court advantage, because they beat the Bulls 101-94 in Chicago on January 25th, 1998. Then February 4th, 1998, Utah Jazz beat the Bulls in Delta Center at the Delta Center 101-93. But in the playoffs, they didn't get it done. Now look at Malone. Malone had 14 points. Well, Stockton played great. He had 24 points and 8 assists. In game 2, Malone wasn't the lead scorer. He had 12 rebounds. The lead scorer was, believe it or not, Jeff Hornacek. So in game 7, this is the game where they lost 96-54. Malone had 22 points. Yeah, Malone didn't play well in these finals. Let's be fair. Then they played each other in game 4. Jordan had 34 points. Malone only had 21 points, 14 rebounds. Not good enough. Now, Malone definitely stepped up on June 12th, game 5, to preserve not being eliminated in Chicago to send the series back to game 6 of the NBA Finals at the Delta Center in Utah. Malone had his best game, 39 points, 9 rebounds. 39 points, 9 rebounds. That was his best game, 39 points. Played outstanding. And he played well in the loss to the Bulls in game 6. When Jordan hit the game-winning shot, with 5.2 seconds left, he had 45, Michael Jordan. Karl Malone played great. He almost had a triple-double. He had 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. So he played pretty good, but he didn't always do it all the time. That's the problem with Karl Malone. Then, great power forward, but he was very spotty at times against the Bulls. So that's basically all I got to say regarding that 98 Utah Jazz team. I think that Jazz team definitely could have won a championship. They had everything at their disposal to be a championship team. And, they had the home court advantage. You beat the Bulls twice in the regular season in Chicago and at your place in Utah, but you could not handle your business when it mattered. So give credit to the Bulls. They just definitely got it done, and they won the 6th championship, and that's all she wrote. So that concludes this part series on the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. This is part 13, talking about the 1998 Utah Jazz. I am Rashad Mitchell. Subscribe, like, comment, do what you can to support the channel. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.